Guys, today is July 16th and I have a little bit of time, so I'm going to get started on a project today. For those of you who are new and don't know, this is a book where I take scraps and create a page from the scraps, just using up scraps. So the last project I did, there's no video up yet, and when it goes up it'll just be a fast forward type video, but I created several journal pages and a tag and an ATC, and I used a lot of things that came out of the box that I won from Kathy Rose Creations. So most everything that I'm going to use on this scrap page left over from what I created using what she sent me. So what I'm going to do first is, and I'm going to do it in fast forward because I don't need to talk through this, this is all of them. This is all the scraps from creating the what I just showed you. I'm going to go through here and I'm going to find my base layer of scraps that I want to use. And I'm going to set aside anything that I might want on top. And then I'll come back and we'll get started and I'll talk to you a little bit more. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Here's my pile that I want to keep aside for possibly putting on top. And here's my pile for my base. So the next thing I'm going to do is just start gluing down all these pieces, or at least the ones I want to use. Okay? Down for my background. It's quite a bit of thickness here. It's still cool to the touch, so it's still drying. I'm going to let it dry a little bit more on its own. This is the paper that I set aside for the top layer, except for a couple little pieces here that I did not use in my background because there was no point in using them. I'm not going to use everything here. I think it'd be just too much. So, but before I decide what up here I'm going to use, and I also still have this, before I decide what I'm going to use, I'm going to finish drawing this, and then I'm going to come in with some pencil and maybe my oil pastels or chalk pastels or paint, something. I don't know what yet. I'll let you know what it is that I'm using. And play with this background and just see what it looks like before I add something on top. I kind of have an idea what I want to put based on what I'm looking at here, but that could change. So let's just play with this first. Let me finish drawing, and when I come back, I'll tell you what I'm going to use for playing on top. I've decided what I'm going to play with. I'm going to take my chalk pastels. These are a cheap set of Reeves soft pastels, and there's only 12 colors in here. can get these really inexpensive at Michael's or Hobby Lobby if you want to play with them. And that's what I'm going to try to play with first. And what I'm going to do to seal these in, instead of using a gesso or matte medium or something like that, I'm going to use paint. And I'm still playing with the Deco Art set that I got from Home Depot that I told you about in some video. And I'm not going to name colors because the colors are all the same in all the kits. And if you play with this kit, you can just use the colors coordinated with what I'm using. And if you're not using the kit, just kind of get close to the color of the chalk that you're using. So it's not an exact, I'm just going to play. This is a white, a yellow, and a blue, and then lighter colors. And I may not use all of them, and I may use all of them. I don't know until I get started. But that's the gist. Okay, so let's get started and see what we get. through playing with the color back here. I don't know if I'm going to do more. I probably will, because this is very hodgepodge, blocky. You know, it's not very cohesive, but I'm happy enough with it right now to stop. And I'm going to show you close up, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do next. I took the scraps that I had left over that I had planned for the top, and I looked through them to see what I had. And one of the things I had was this leftover piece of flour, and so I'm definitely going to use that. And then I had all these little strips here left over, So I'm going to use a few of those. And then I had a piece of this paper that I tore off as I was playing with it to see if I wanted to create something with it. And I didn't really come up with something I liked, except this little strip was left over. I'm going to plan to use that. And I thought I would take the dictionary paper that I had, and I just took a piece like this, and I traced out a little head with a neck, which is this. Okay, so just take a piece of your leftover scrap and trace out a little head. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to play with these pieces. So let's start gluing this down and see what we come up with. Okay, there's our little, whatever it is, I don't know, little head here. The heart, I guess, is the body. I don't know. I just stuck the flower below the neckline there, and a little stem, and these are like scrap leaves. So that's what we have so far. So now I'm going to take my Stabilo, my black Stabilo, and it's by Aquarellable, and it's good for paper, glass, plastic, metal, and anything else you can think of. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around outlining everything, and then I'm going to take clear gesso and seal it in before I go any further. And then probably I'll do the face and the neck. Okay, so I'm just going to play with that, and I'm just going to use whatever paint color I choose. So if you're playing along and doing something similar, just grab other colors, whatever colors you like, and go to town. So I'll be right back with you after I finish the drawing and a little bit of painting. I'm letting her hair dry a little bit before I add some more details. I'm having some cherries. Don't look Phoebe. Bailey and I are having cherries. She likes them too. And we're deciding what to do next. So I think what I'm going to do next is take my pen. Maybe I'll do that last. I was going to do some more detail in the hair, but maybe I'll do that last. I'm going to look through my scraps and see what else I want to add to the page, if anything. And then if I do add something, I'll go around with the Stabilo pen. Actually, it's a pencil. This one's a pencil. I'll go around with the Stabilo pencil if I add any more. If not, then I'll probably come in with some detail and some more paint. And I'll probably push this background back some more. I think it stands out too much. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it while I eat my cherries. I'll be right back. Let me tell you what I'm thinking, because I've been sitting here. I want to change the color of her hair. And I want to do that because this piece here I keep picking up and I keep seeing it up here somewhere. So I want to make something out of it. And I don't want her hair to be yellow. So I'm probably going to make her hair orange or red or purple or something like that. And I also want to change the color of these little petals here. So I might make the petals this color and then change her hair to the color I want. Bailey's digging. Moment of silence for Bailey. Of course she stops. And I also want to play with this here, and I haven't figured out where I want it yet. So first let's change the color of the hair and this color here, and then we'll take the next step. To the chalk pastels again. Soft pastels they're called, but they're chalky, so I call them chalk. I think they are called chalk, but anyway. And the clear gesso. I'm going to bring in some color in the flower here and maybe her face, and I don't know what else. We'll see. But sometimes I would bring in my oil pastels and go around the color that way, but I've just for some reason felt like playing with the chalk today. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take some gesso, white gesso, and I'm going to scratch a little bit into the background here. Like the lines on the flower, and I really don't want to use my oil pastels. I just want to stay away from that, so I'm going to play with this flower some more, see what I can come up with. I may be covering it a few times and see what happens, and I'm going to go over the lines, and I probably won't stick with this color. It's not working for me. Let's go back to the yellow. Let's do the darker one first. Bailey's snoring. Okay, and then I'll straighten it out with the black pen. Okay, so now I'll add features into her hair and maybe her face. Use a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. It's a set of 6, and it's the basic colors: red, yellow, purple, blue, green, and orange-ish. And I'm just gonna color in the center here over the black just a little bit, just to add a little color. Probably not the best one to use, but it did add some. I do like the changes. It doesn't really look red, but that's because I did it over black, and that's all right. I just wanted to outline it a little bit, see what this color does. Probably won't do much over this. No. Okay. This, see what happens. Just scribbling in some color. All right. Okay. I might add a mouth, I'm not sure. I'm gonna look at this for a minute and think. Where we're at. I have applied words. It says nothing is impossible. The word itself says impossible. It's an Audrey Hepburn quote. And I haven't showed you a close-up in a little bit, so I'll show you a close-up where we are so far. I was going to add little wings, and I cut them out of the strip of black paper that I had like this. It was like this. You saw it earlier in the video. And they kept getting smaller and smaller because I didn't like them, and I didn't like anywhere that I was putting them. I tried them everywhere, and finally I think one fell on the paper, and I thought, oh, looks like a cute little shoe. So instead she's got a shoe. So the other thing I've been dying to use is this little center piece that I used on well, I can't show you, one of the journal pages I did in a video you'll see in the future. And I'm thinking that I'm going to make that the center of her flower. I'm just going to stick it really right there. So I like that there. And then I wanted to use some, if not all, of these, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm thinking maybe cut a few scallops and just stick them sporadically on the page. Maybe this one. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Let's first, I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to play with these, and I'll probably cut scallops and put them somewhere on the page. So we'll go and fast forward to do that because I'm not really talking much today. There's mowing going on, and this is not a day I usually create art, so I'm just kind of telling you what I'm doing as I go, but then doing it in fast forward. So let's get started. Where's my, there you are. added all the little scallops on, and I sealed the page while I was at it. Now I'm going to wait for this to dry. When it dries, I'm going to come back and do my outlining on my words and my scallops and maybe a little more scribbling, and we're going to be done. I'm going to go around the words with the Posca pen, and it's black, and around the scallops and stuff, I'll either use Posca pen or I will use my Uniball Vision Elite, or my China pencil, or my regular pencil. Hey guys, it is still July, lucky us. It's the 19th, Tuesday, and I finished this the other day, and I said goodbye to y'all and everything in the video, so I'm gonna cut that part out because we're not done with this. I came in after letting it dry for a day or two, and I just think it's too busy, the background. I love the writing and everything on it, and I want some of it to show, but I did so much scribbling with the white and the black that, I don't know, it just looks like the page is lost in the background here. So I'm going to take some white gesso, and I'm just going to play with my page here with my finger, I believe, and see if I can push the background back a little bit. And I thought I would let you know what I was doing since you've kind of been with me through the video. I'm not going to talk because I'm eating lunch. I'm having Harry's. I know, Phoebe, don't look. Again, I showed you this once before, but I don't know if you're going to see them. Don't look. And I'm having some cottage cheese with some mandarin oranges and some blueberries in it. And these are not the kind of mandarin oranges out of the can with the juice. These are the kind that you peel. So it's not as juicy and sweet, but it's still good. So I hope you're not grossed out by that. But I'm eating that. Oh, and you know when cherries come in season, if you like cherries, you know that one bag of cherries you buy that are perfect, the perfect texture, the perfect sweetness, the perfect firmness, they're just perfect. This is that bag. And once this bag's gone, the cherries won't be the same again. Because once you hit that peak, you can't repeat it. You just can't. All right, enough of that. Let me go to the gesso. And it's hot today, guys. Oh, I walked this morning, and I tried to walk earlier. I should get out there by 6:30 or 7, but I got out there at like 7:45, 8 o'clock. I only walked about 1.5 miles this morning. It was hot, 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 hot. So I'm trying to cool off, enjoy my lunch. All right, guys, let's get started. The hair a little bit more, and I'm going around the heart and different areas of the page with the China marker. So that's all I'm doing. Done messing with this page except for one more thing, and I'll probably be sorry, but I'm going to splatter some watered down black paint in a few of the little areas here, and then I'm going to call it quits. I've messed with this page so much that I think I've overdone it for my own taste, but you know, I don't know, maybe not. This one's kind of overdone too, and I love it, but maybe this will grow on me. That's what this is all about, though, just playing with your scraps. You know? So I'm going to take this long brush here. These are cheap brushes. They're falling apart. Just dip it in the water. I don't have my apron on, which, you know, oh well. I don't really want this everywhere this time because of my surroundings. And I don't care if it's perfect little dots. I just want it to splatter. And that's what it's doing, so that's good. Because of the way I'm doing it, it's not making splatter dots more than it is blotches, blobs. Ooh, that was good. Oh, I like that. Okay, we're done. I'm gonna quit. We're gonna quit. All right. I don't even know if I'm gonna seal this page again. Usually I seal over my pages one more time after I've done something to them, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna give you a close-up again of this page, and there'll be pictures at the end so you can see. Okay, let's move on. I want to do my July page today. This was supposed to be over and done with 2 days ago. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.